Hi, this is Susanna Smith, librarian at Georgia Highlands College. Welcome back to Copyright and Creative Commons, Understanding Copyright Issues in the Classroom. This is part 4, the final video, on Creative Commons, a new way to copyright. Have you heard of Creative Commons? What is it? Creative Commons is a global nonprofit organization. It was founded in 2001 by experts in cyber law and intellectual property, filmmakers and entrepreneurs, and all sorts of other stakeholders in the creative world. It was also founded with support of the Center for Public Domain, and in 2002 they released their first set of licenses. So it's been around a while. The next question is, of course, what is a Creative Commons license? Did you know that traditional copyright is granted to you automatically when you create new material? It is. Creative Commons allows copyright holders to modify those rights legally and to allow their works to be more accessible and reusable. Typically, Creative Commons is the most popular in digital media of various kinds. Creative Commons licenses are non-exclusive. That means that even if you have a Creative Commons license on something, you can enter into an agreement with someone else to use your work, provided, of course, they have no problem that you already have a Creative Commons license on it. And Creative Commons licenses are non-revocable. You can take away your Creative Commons license and say, I no longer want this to be available to anyone to use. But anyone who has already used your work retains that access. So it's revocable, but not 100% revocable. Why would you use a Creative Commons license? Well, it's easier for others to know how you will allow your creative content to be reused. If someone finds a set of video lectures online that you've created, if you have a Creative Commons license, they know right away if they can reuse those materials in their own classroom. On the other hand, it's easier for you to know how to reuse someone else's content. I know one instructor who is using all kinds of materials to create an open educational resource for his class, and he can do that because the websites that he's referring his students to and the content he's using have Creative Commons licenses. Traditional copyright is for the country of origin. Creative Commons licenses are worldwide. And finally, it's really flexible. There are various choices you can make into how you want to license your work, and so you can pick and choose. You don't have to follow one particular set of rules. Just remember, if you do decide to use any type of Creative Commons license, make sure that any content you're reusing is also appropriately cited. Now that we've talked about kind of the why and the what kind of licenses are out there? Well, there you go, all in one handy-dandy chart, appropriately cited per their CC license. Let's break this down. At the very top, which is the most open, the most free licenses, is CC0, which means no rights reserved, public domain. You don't even have to give a citation for it. You can just use it. You can just modify it. The next one is CC BY. That just means you must give attribution. Often you'll see on these CC BY licenses, please contact me for permission. The next one is SA, share alike. That means you can reuse it. Of course, you still have to cite it, but you must put on your own work the same license or a less restrictive license that what it has already. So those are the 3 least restrictive CC licenses. The next one is NC, non-commercial. That means that you do not allow anyone to use your work for commercial purposes. So no one can make money off of something you created. That one's pretty straightforward. Then you have ND, non-derivative. This is the most restrictive license. That just means You can reuse my work, but you can't change it. You can mix and match these. You could have a CC/ND license. Typically, most licenses are going to have at least a by. So you could have CC by NC or CC by ND, or you could have the whole host of them. Of course, the most restrictive is all rights reserved, and that's a true copyright. This is on the homepage of the Creative Commons website, and it's a really easy tool to use. It asks you a series of questions, how you want to share, who you want to be able to use it, and it'll generate a license for you that you can copy and paste. It'll generate an embed code, so you can actually embed one of those handy little logos. It's really handy and really convenient. So I recommend that you hop online and give it a try to see how it works for you. So when should you use Creative Commons? Anytime you want to create content that others can access. Have you developed an open educational resource? Then license it. Let everybody else who might want to use your work know how they can use it legally. Do you have a website or a blog that has some of your content on it? Give it a Creative Commons license. And that allows someone who finds that online know how to use it. So thank you for watching this series on copyright and Creative Commons. I hope you found it helpful as you navigate all the ins and outs of copyright in the classroom. And of course, your GHC librarians are always here to help if you have questions.